নমস্কার, দেখছেন নিউজ 18 বাংলা। আপনাদের সঙ্গে রয়েছি আমি পায়েল। কংগ্রেসের ন্যায় প্রকল্প সুসংহত কোনো প্রকল্প ছিল না। ইউপিএ ক্ষমতা এলে পরিবর্তন করতেই হতো। নিউজ 18 কে দেওয়া সাক্ষাৎকারে জানান অভিজিৎ বিনয় বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়। একমাত্র উজ্জ্বলা প্রকল্প ছাড়া মোদী সরকারের আর কোনো প্রকল্পেই গরিবের হাতে টাকা দিচ্ছে না বললেন নোবেলজয়ী অর্থনীতিবিদ। তাঁর সাক্ষাৎকার নিয়েছেন সিএনএন নিউজ 18 এর পলিটিক্যাল এডিটর মারিয়া শাকিল।
Professor, you have said in this book that economists are like plumbers. We solve problems with a combination of intuition grounded in science, some guesswork aided by experience, and a bunch of pure trial and error. This means economists often get things wrong. Going by that, would you say Nyaya was an idea whose time had not come?
Well, I'm not even saying the Nyaya as it was designed, was it particularly well designed? It's not. I don't take responsibility for it. Nobody asked me whether that is how it should be designed, and I don't think it was necessarily well designed. So I don't think it's a question of whether time had come or not come. I think it was an idea that was potentially, even if it was politically supported, it may not have been the best design scheme. Maybe afterwards, if the UP had won, they would have had to adjust the scheme because there would be political pressures or economic pressures to change the scheme. My role in all of that was not to design the scheme, but to provide information that you could use to make choices.
Did the Congress fail to communicate effectively, or were they not sincere about the scheme? Because had they been, then it would have been implemented in the states where they are currently in government: Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Punjab.
I don't think so. I think both. I think they were sincere in the sense that I think they wanted to have a game changer. They wanted to put their mark on policy. So I think they were sincere in the very real sense that they wanted to actually, stamp a Congress view of policy, and that's what would sustain them in the future. So I think they were willing to embrace it. I just don't think that the money, remember.
So then in that case, this was a scheme which had not been completely thought out.
Finance Commission, which is decided based on the federal government's tax choices. So as long as the federal government doesn't raise tax revenue, Madhya Pradesh can't do anything different. So the only government that can actually afford to run a scheme like Nyaya.
You have interacted with Rahul Gandhi, and do you think India needs a stronger opposition and Congress party is failing to emerge as one?
Yes, I think that right now India definitely needs a stronger opposition. I think it will be good for democracy in India, and I think right now I don't feel that people feel that Congress is ready to take that, but I think they see it doesn't have a precedent right now. It's not. They need whoever is the president. They need to make that person powerful, give him the right to run the party the way they want to run it.
Because you have specifically talked about put some money in the hands of the poor. Don't you think the current government's grassroots policies, such as Jan Dhan Yojana, 37 crore accounts have been opened for unbanked, Ujjwala Yojana, which has 15 crore LPG connections for poor families, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, in which 11 crore rural toilets have been set up, and also the Ayushman Bharat for 10 crore families. Aren't these steps in the right direction and perhaps empowering the poor in terms of money?
So I think that in terms of the long run, I think they probably are good ideas. But they're not actually put a lot. Think of other than Ujjwala, the others are not putting any cash in the hands of anybody. They're just, maybe in the long run, the Ayushman Bharat will save some people from, having to sell their house to pay for the medicine for their mother or something. But in the very short run, they're not highly stimulating policies. They are kind of like, they are long-term policies. Maybe the Jan Dhan will get people to save money over the long term, but it's not about to increase consumption. You don't increase consumption by giving people a bank account.
But Jan Dhan scheme is going to meet the similar objective of poverty alleviation.
unless people could save, Jan Dhan scheme is an opportunity to save. If it's not, doesn't do anything else. It's just a matter of, I have a bank account, I can put money into it, but if I don't put money into it, I'm not going to get richer. If I put money into it, I'm going to get richer, but that's something that's going to be it's not going to make me richer immediately. I'm going to put 100 rupees, 200 rupees. That's what we see in the Jan Dhan accounts. We see small amounts of money, and that's not an accident. Most people don't save a lot, and they're putting small amounts. That's not what's going to make them rich. What it was going to, I want them to have some spending money relatively short order, which is very different from the thought behind Jan Dhan.
One statement that has been made by a union minister recently is, while he congratulated you for your achievement, he also said that you are a left-leaning professor and whose idea, essentially Nyaya scheme, was rejected in the elections. Don't you think the biggest endorsement of any government's policies are electoral victories?
Alas, no. I think any government does 100 things, and people have to vote on all of them. It's one vote. So they had to vote. I think mostly they voted for Mr. Modi, who I think is genuinely popular, and they decided no other opposition leader was worth voting for. I'm totally willing to give him that. I don't think that means that every single decision that they took, they voted for. People had to make one choice. They didn't have a choice between, I'm going to vote for Mr. Modi for this scheme but not for that scheme. That's not a choice they were given. If they were given that choice, they might have made different choices on every issue, but they had one choice, Mr. Modi or not. And they
so it was a success of his schemes as well?
Or not.
Endorsement on his schemes?
An endorsement of him, the whole package, which might be they didn't like some of the things, they liked some of the other things. I don't think there's any way to tell.
অর্থনীতির বাজারে আচ্ছা দিনে স্বপ্ন ফেরি করে দ্বিতীয়বার ক্ষমতায় এসেছিলেন নরেন্দ্র মোদী, কিন্তু রিপোর্ট বলছে স্বপ্ন পূরণে ডাহা ফেল মোদী সরকার। নোটবন্দি, জিএসটির পর ভারতের বাৎসরিক বৃদ্ধির হার আর বাড়েনি। চলতি অর্থবর্ষে সম্ভাব্য বৃদ্ধির হারও এক লাফে অনেকটাই কমিয়ে এনেছে বাণিজ্যিক প্রতিষ্ঠানগুলো।
নোবেলজয়ী অর্থনীতিবিদদের আশঙ্কাই কি তাহলে সত্যি হলো? সাম্প্রতিক রিপোর্ট অন্তত তাই বলছে। ভারতের অর্থনীতিতে বার্ষিক বৃদ্ধির হার কমছে। কয়েক মাস আগেও যেসব বড় বড় বাণিজ্যিক প্রতিষ্ঠান ভারতের বৃদ্ধির হার নিয়ে আশাবাদী ছিল, তারাও হঠাৎ উল্টো সুর গাইছে। এপ্রিল মাসে বিশ্বব্যাংক জানিয়েছিল চলতি অর্থবর্ষে ভারতের বৃদ্ধির হার 7.5% হবে, কিন্তু তার 6 মাসের মধ্যেই সেই হিসেব তারা নামিয়ে এনেছে 6%। বৃদ্ধির হার এক লাফে কমিয়েছে আইএমএফ, রিজার্ভ ব্যাংক, মুডিজও। ফেব্রুয়ারিতে রিজার্ভ ব্যাংক বলেছিল 2019-20 অর্থবর্ষে ভারতের বৃদ্ধির হার হবে 7.4%। 4 অক্টোবর সেটাই পৌঁছেছে 6.1%। মুডিজও সেই পরিসংখ্যানই দিয়েছে। অর্থনীতির মন্দা বাজারের পেছনে কেন্দ্রের নোটবন্দি আর জিএসটির মতো সিদ্ধান্তকেই দায়ী করছেন অর্থনীতিবিদরা। পরিসংখ্যানও তাতেই শিলমোহর দিচ্ছে। 2014-15 সালে অর্থাৎ মোদি জমানার প্রথম বছরে বৃদ্ধির হার ছিল 7.41%। 2016-17 সালে সেটাই বেড়ে হয় 8.17%। এই বছরেই তৃতীয় ত্রৈমাসিকে নোটবন্দির ঘোষণা হয়। 2017 সালে চালু হয় জিএসটিও। তারপর থেকে তরতরিয়ে নামতে থাকে বৃদ্ধির হার। 2018-19 অর্থবর্ষে বৃদ্ধির হার এক লাফে নেমে 6.81% হয়। কেন্দ্রে